And we're into the action here, and with our hearts truly broken, we're in the right mindset for some NACS. So, quick play here, flashbang on, blocks, galore, promise, something, but not much more. IDK trades out, getting two there, keeping the numbers even. Luke is quite isolated, but the flank is developing quickly here from malbs, and he's just had his angle vacated as they move in. That's a great kill.
Oh, no.
What? Pesa catches that kill through the smoke, trying to spam. Finds his teammate's head unwittingly. A bit awkward here now, and it's all onto malbs, who is rocking a flag. Not quite sure that's a Guatemalan flag. Kind of curious about where that one's coming from. But it is going to be malbs flinging his way on through. Great shot hit. One more to find. His position revealed, and Reason can't zero it in. What a shot from malbs. What a sequence there to pull off the 1v3.
Wow, great work from malbs coming through there and ensuring that the Snake's Den would not be able to pull off an opening round victory. And I mean, I talked about it in the opening before the match started. Snake's Den, they have one strong map. It's Inferno. They beat Carry Esports here in their opening matchup, 16-7. Beat Villainous in relegation, 16-7 as well. And then I believe had a win before that as well. But either way, look. If they're going to win a map and have a chance of taking this BO3, it has to be on Inferno. And TeamOne, like we mentioned before, have started to get better and better, especially since malbs joined the roster again. And look at this. I mean, he's the one who gets that 3K to open things up.
Oh, getting a lot more dynamic in the early moments of this round, but this time he gets his bell rung right off to the rip, and the full rifle buy here starts off well for the Snakes. I do need some clarification from them about how this name works. I have questions, John, about their grasp of grammar.
It's hard to say for sure.
It's just my brain is revolting at the fact that it's incorrect in every possible interpretation. That's a ripper of a kill on the Maluk early. They're in trouble now. Two players down. The rifle's getting bolstered. The UMP's just going to sacrifice himself for the flame. They're all just fighting alone. And at this point, malbs needs to save. That is a catastrophic round from TeamOne. They just take a bunch of fights as complete individuals, not set up, no utility really behind it. And they die. Snake's Den didn't have to do anything too interesting. They just kind of chilled, and they get an op for free off the corpse of Maluk as well. So, I mean, this couldn't have gone worse if you're a TeamOne fan.
Yeah. No question. I mean, that was just pretty catastrophic. You said it, though, Mike. They kept taking 1v1 engagements with no trades in sight. And, well, the bodies just hit the floor, and Snake's Den are able to pick up that first round victory and not lose a single body. So they also build up a decent amount of economy for themselves. malbs will be able to save at the very least. He waits all the way over to the spawn. No one's going to catch up to him. And everyone for Snake's Den just stacks on top of each other in pit. And that will be the tied scoreline. But yeah, for TeamOne, they haven't played for a couple of weeks, a bit of a break since season 42, where they lost in that lower bracket to ATK 0-2. One of those maps was those 12 to 16 on Mirage, and Dusty, well, that was not 3 to 16. It's weird for Dusty, Mike, because that used to be a map TeamOne were known for, a map that was very scary for them. Any opponent that they went up against really struggled, but as of late, they've lost 5 of their last 6, and in 4 of those losses have won only 6 rounds or less.
I'm really curious to track the aggression, right? Because that last round, TeamOne initiated every single fight, and they were all ill-timed. Every single one. It's like, all right, let me swing mid. Dead. Let me check boilet. Dead. Oh, okay. What about a check for late? Oh, dead. Oh, one more. Dead. Just, I mean, they barely even got to pull back.
Yeah.
This one, okay. IDK waits for the kill to come to him, and he gets it. 5-7's very effective in current meta. Reasons can hear that player moving away. He's going to think it's clear. Oh, that should have been a trade. That is a blunder from TRK. Should have had that player dead to rights. He will eventually correct his mistake. But it means they're a man fewer than what they've got. malbs had the gun. That should be retrievable. Get it, but here comes the hit, the big moment, and Chewy gets the kill he needs. With a smoke down up on the cross, a re-smoke here. IDK can't do much, and as he backs away, Promise could have the angle to collect. Oh, here in towards spawn, that's a good one. Great setup. all on IDK now. A 1v3 seems like he's going to attempt it here, John, but this is tough sledding, to say the least. There's no reason to move for Snake's Den, and they're chilling.
Yeah. I mean, look, IDK, he'd be better off saving at this point. He's only got the smoke, and well, he's probably hoping that some heroics can come through. It's just not going to happen. There's no time left on the clock, and he might not even be able to escape. That's watching. No, he comes out unaware, and IDK at least gets a parting gift, but only a consolation prize because Snake's Den take the round. Speaking of Snake's Den, if you want to keep an eye on entry fraggers, probably going to want to keep an eye on Chewy. He's got 44 entry frags over the last 15 maps, and goes for the attempts on entries 26.1% of the time.
I figured out what flag Malbs has right now.
Okay.
I think it's a Bolivian flag. I'm gonna need to see again when he pops up, but I think he's marked Bolivian.
Okay.
Which it could. I wonder if it's a routing thing, because I know sometimes. That wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any sense. Never mind. Pat's gonna get an opening pick here. Continuing the strong run of form early on in these rounds. Last time IDK managed to get an entry, but that play in towards apartments pulled the numbers back, and then the B hit just couldn't hold up with a pistol. So this time, Snake's Den's going to chill. They're waiting. I want to see if Promise can find something. If TeamOne goes for a little bit of an info peek and info play, and, well, it's a gamble stack, so if they rumble into B when they ultimately make the decision, this could get a little hairy, a little scary.
TeamOne are looking rough. I'm not going to lie here in the opening moments. It's not very cohesive, but they are going to have 4 players waiting on this B site to greet the Snake's Den. Should they come to this bomb site in the first place, it looks like they want to try and clear out A, and they've got 3 players working their way up. And, well, eventually they'll realize that no one's home on this A site, and it'll probably be a free plant, and the round will be over, assuming they decide to do that. But it looks like, instead, Mike, they're not going to clear out the site. They're going to rotate back and hit B.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A classic blunder with only 25 seconds left. TeamOne hasn't shown them the face, and now Snake's Den might be finding themselves on the wrong side of this stack.
They're going to send them on back.
Rotating. Oh, okay. All right, Pat's seen it. They have just enough time for this. He's got a full knife out it, so this is a lot of confidence that there wasn't a player in Cubby, but Pat had actually cleared all the way through. So that's a really nice bailout call. 3 seconds to spare. That could have gotten very bad, and instead Chewy's now going to be mowing down the numbers. They got the backstab. They have to fight forward, does TeamOne. It's just going to be TRK limping. He's got the gun, so he doesn't be a dead man. And indeed, he is. What a really brainy play there from Snake's Den. Looked like they were on the brink of catastrophe, but they have calm enough comms that Pat can call them off at the last moment, and they know they've got the time. Love that.
Just had the time, right? Like, they had to knife out, run it to the A side in order to get the plant, but knowing that no one was there because Pat cleared it out, they were good to go. So they do indeed find the plant and the round, and, well, disaster averted, right? Because they would have walked into a crossfire.
Yeah, the thing is, that kind of a round, that kind of a call, those are the margins that, like, the games in the major are decided on, right? Those are the margins where you have 3 seconds of call time that we're used to seeing top end pro. So that's, I mean, it's really exciting early on to see from a team that at least to me, are virtual unknowns. I'm a little hype early. Very early. We're only 4 rounds in, but John, I'm starting to feel a little bit of spice coming through.
Definitely. I mean, Inferno is a map that they've certainly proven they can perform on. And look, if they can take this map, it'll certainly be exciting. But what they'll have to prove to me is that they have, well, more than one map that they can win on. That's been their problem. TRK and Reason going to trade out a couple of frags. 3v3, and Maluk missed the shot. He's got another chance at it. They don't punish, Mike. That makes it a 2v2. A smoke hits the body of his teammate. That's Chewy tossing that, but he will at least get the plant.
Ironically, the smoke that they missed through actually helps them out quite a bit.
Yes.
Because it means Maluk doesn't have vision. For all he knows, that bomb is planted right in front of him. I think he knows based on the audio cues now. But it slowed him down a little bit from being able to get that flank shot and weirdly helped them out. Spam coming in. Both players are coming in from the lane. There's the spot on the first. Chewy knows they're here. They're tucked in the corner. DGF's going to get that. Now it's the 1v1. Position known. Maluk just trying to zone this out with the op. He knows he's got to crash the corner. Should know this. And the veteran captain is going to be able to take that through for his 3rd kill of the round. And the 2nd on the board for TeamOne.
Yeah, that's a nice play from Maluk coming through there, and he is able to get that defusal and get the 2nd. Just nick of time. In fact.
Fan.
Yeah, well,
interesting.
They did make the playoffs, so that's a good team to be a fan of. Maluk, though, Mike, 19th season with TeamOne. Going to be his 20th, assuming he's still here. I can't imagine he won't be in the next season. That's crazy how long he's been a part of this roster.
He is TeamOne to me. Pace is getting there. He's been there a minute, but
yeah, Pace 8th season. TRK actually 16th overall.
Yeah, he was here for a long time before the call up to MIBR, and then 0-0 through that. That's been a long promise there. Little air raid molly just to prevent the Balk boost. What about the comms on that? Since TRK or IDK rather was actually looking for that fight. Let's get activated off that flashbang. Molotov to clear the deep angle. Are they going to expect to clear half wall? There's a flashbang from his teammate. Good read. A good way to get out of this as well. They've got mollies now coming in. This is going to set up for another kill coming through. Utilities being spent. Malbs is just trying to lock this down. Oh, it's not an Oblivion flag. What is that flag? Malbs doesn't care what flag he's flying. He's fragging. Hold on. I got to go back to hunting the flag.
All right. Well, 5v3 here.
Huh.
I'm not sure what it is either, to be quite honest.
But yellow in the middle, green on top. All right, I'm Googling.
You'll find it, Mike. I have faith. Let's see if Snakesden can find a way back into this round, though. 40 seconds left on the clock. DJF's going to toss the Molotov in towards Pit. IDK readjusts as a result. He should be able to get him. No. Reason supports him. Drops IDK, but DJF cannot do anything more. And in fact, it's only Reason left standing. 4v1. Spotted out. Malbs deals the killing blow of 4K. 4 Malbs in the round. 3-3, all tied up.
It is the flag of Gabon.
Oh, okay.
A country bordered by the Republic of the Congo and Equatorial Guinea and Cameroon.
Okay.
Huh.
First I've heard of it, not gonna lie.
First I've seen the flag or thought about the flag. Interesting. Huh. Today I learned. Thank you, Google. Don't know why that's happened. But let's see if Maluk, whatever country he's in, and zeroing that shot. He bails out before he would get the chance. Molotov deep in mid was expiring, and they didn't give him a fight early on. TeamOne have zeroed up the scoreline. Now they've got the utility in their advantage. They've got the momentum. They got the money. It's still brittle, though. You just need one T-side round in Snake's Den. Right back into it. Ooh, it doesn't help if you're not looking the right way. IDK, he's blind, but he still gets the shot. He's able to slip. Needs to dump that util now because he is vulnerable. Teammates close at hand, though. Ooh, that looked like a no-scope. Was a quickie. Instead. And Snakes, well, there's only 2 of them. Cut off the head, and the body dies. I don't know who's the head right now. But this body is not looking so hale and hearty.
No, not at all. And IDK is going to close it out onto Promise. IDK honestly should have been punished there, Mike. He was flashed and right out in the open and just literally was standing there spraying down, hoping to connect on something, and he did. The thing is, Snakesden should have, and they had plenty of time to do so, should have punished that and gotten him down to the ground, at least a trade afterwards, but it just does not happen, and that's when the round just really started to snowball in favor of TeamOne. Didn't lose a single body, and now they won 3 in a row. After a bit of a shaky start, it looks like things are starting to come together for the Brazilian side. Malb's just going to spam down here over at Banana. Snakesden on a pistol buy-up, an eco in fact. Malb gets one, and Pesa gets another. They're just taking business.
Oh boy.
No.
All right. Well, I mean, we saw some really nice early promise for Snakesden. This is a tough map to T-side on. They're going to have their best, I want to say best rifle by period. It might be their second best of the map so far, but I think this is their most complete buy. So this is the round where I want to see something for the Snakes. This is the round where I want to see the idea of what they're trying to accomplish, right? We had that last second rotation. That was pretty sick. That was up against pistols. That was just circumventing a stack. Force buy worked out, but that was more about TeamOne's mistakes. We haven't really seen the ideas in action for the Snakes just yet. Now's the round, John. Now's the round for them to show us a little bit of action.
Yeah, and slow it down a little bit because they're giving up the early fights to TeamOne, and of course losing them isn't helping over the last few. Now they are going to, well, 125 on the clock. I take that back because they're already pushing up towards top mid. 4 players stacked up. Util's already out, and it's flying into the sky. Smokes towards Arch side and library, and here they come, hoping to catch TeamOne off guard. Pacey gets the info, pops around, good flashbang throw for himself, and then Pat goes down to the ground. 5v4 and 5v3 just like that. Snakes then are fallen by the wayside, and again TeamOne in full control, only lose one body, and Promise is going to fall shortly. There he goes. Pesa with the last.
Well, okay, so when we were 4 rounds in, talked about how I was getting excited for the Snakes Den. Yeah. I was talking about how, you know, I knew it was premature, but there were the moments, there was that call. Turns out that may have been a little bit too small of a sample size. We need to see some more. We need to see some more here. 3 rounds isn't enough. I mean, you can tell from the money starting to build up over for TeamOne that they're starting to feel a bit more comfy with this.
Yeah, I mean, look, TeamOne are settling in here. They look a little bit shaky, maybe some rust, right? Because, again, they haven't played for a little bit on a bit of a break, but now they've shaken off that rust very quickly as Maluk gets the opener onto Pat.
That was ambitious from Pesadelo. The flashbang apparently is good enough for that one.
Okay.
TRK just popping a shot because why not through the smoke. He finds one. He didn't even, you saw that moment, right? Where he pulls out the nade and he sort of hesitates. That's him realizing he just killed somebody in the kill feed. All right. No promises were made to be broken, and so will he be. One shot at least in the face of IDK. To add a blemish onto an otherwise flawless round, but they'll roll on just fine.
Yeah, these last 3 have been fantastic for TeamOne. I think only 2, maybe 3 casualties total. And Snakes Den, well, I mean, they're not really doing much of anything. Unfortunately for them, it's been a lot of pistol buy-ups that have gone awry. Now they will have the AKs back up and running for them, in fact, and they are choosing to run the AWP here on T-side Inferno. Not always the case. A lot of teams prefer just going with the rifles to get that mobility, but Promise, well, he is their best player, and it's he's been the best with the ops, so they want to keep running along with that. 140 on the clock here. Snakes Den look like they're going to make a move here to alt mid. A couple of players heading into the apartments while the rest hang back over at TeamOne.
They've been completely denied banana control here. I'm surprised TeamOne hasn't taken a little bit more space, but I guess with these smokes, can't quite get comfortable. The pride of Gabon, malbs, will take a little bit of a look, but they're just going to leave him alone. So he's going to go back to maybe the info hopping, maybe the car play. Yeah, just a little info hop here. I don't know what Pace is doing. Just collecting util. All right, that makes a lot more sense. That's a tucked place to keep your util. Gonna be a test of Maluk. First man up on this particular carnival game. Nice timely nade. Goodbye, quarter of reset. And some decent util for the exec. They get brackets control at least. 50 seconds. Silva Salvo smokes. They're out of Molotov, though. That could be a problem, and
nice
that
flash.
Is good. Excellent flashbang. Very effective maneuver there from Maluk. Now he completely retakes this divider control. They've got all this space. They got 2 players on the angle. Being pushed back. I mean, this is going to be a toughie. Oh, the push through. The push through from Maluk. That's bold. That's ambitious. And he even gets a second. So the bomb's gone. Reason can't do anything with this. And he's a goner. No problem. No issues there. This is now, I believe, 7 in a row for TeamOne.
That's right, 7 in a row for TeamOne, and timeout going to be called here. You have to imagine by Snakes Den because things have quickly slipped right on through their fingers. It's an avalanche in favor of TeamOne, and they're already going to take this half with that 8th round. But yeah, Maluk, just a great self-flash to open things up in the op-v-op duel, and then a little bit of disrespect, right? And perhaps just a bold play. He pushes through, gets one, and then even the follow-up after that because the trade was not good for Snake's Den. And speaking of flashes, I mean, Maluk doesn't really throw them as often as he used to, but with 0.69 thrown per round, it's in third place for him behind IDK and Pesa. Still, he leads the charge in terms of flash assists with 0.09 per round, and you can see why there. His flashes are on point. So we jump in to round number 12, and Snake's Den, well, they're back to pistols. Do have a Galil reason purchasing that up, but everyone else on Tech 9s for a Deagle. In fact, Promise on that Deagle arrest. Nice.
What's going on in spawn here? Everybody's jumping into each other. Little chest bumps. Get the energy back up. Little chest bumps going on. I think that what they're doing is just delaying to try and let the utility bleed out on Banana a little bit. Maluk's here. They're not expecting the off, and Chewy just did that totally solo. I think the Molotov timing led to it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I do a bin. They're going to overwhelm too. Here we go. We got a round. Just with the pistols. They catch off that very aggressive Banana hold. This nade's going to be well timed. The Molotov even better. Is the Molotov too shallow? No, it did damage. They just risked it. They knew they needed to get this bomb down now because IDK is already on the flank. If he gets his next kill, it's not going to, but his teammates will not be able to hold on for long.
What a maneuver.
All onto DJF. All onto DJF. A lone man, lone sentinel catches the first shot, but it's being diffused right under his nose. And taking that shot, he missed the sound of the tap, and Pesa snatches away the round. Stone cold from Pesa.
I think he probably heard it, just assumed it was a fake, right? Which is the usual assumption to make, given the situation. But Pesa says, you know what? I'm going to stick this. He can't see me, and he has to rotate all the way around or push all the way around the corner to actually get visibility. And there you go. Snake's Den, a bit of a panic plant. And as a result, it's not in the greatest of positions to hold from Banana. 9-3 for TeamOne, but Pesa, man, wow, just some great movement to even get onto that site and find two to bring the round back for TeamOne. A little dire for a moment, and, well, those ecos certainly do create problems for any teams, as we saw for Liquid. Oh, boy. Almost happens to TeamOne, but they are good to know.
Chewy? Here gets the first. Chewy being a little dynamic on some of these entries, but it hasn't necessarily led to sustained success yet. He's low. Fortunate the nades are finding him, but Pat will find Maul instead, and now an advantage for Snake's Den. Well done. Not for long. All right, Maluk just dry looks in and says goodbye.
Oh.
Hello, goodbye.
Hello.
You say goodbye. We gotta be careful with that. We're gonna get DMCA'd. The Beatles are notoriously aggressive about that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. It will keep Malbs here for a tick, but IDK just solo dolo's gonna get demolished. He wanted to go for a little look-see dry, and well, look what he found. I'm not quite sure what prompted that look-see. Pat now has a deep position. Eventually. Wonder what ping he's playing on. TRK. Gonna take down the first. It's all on the Chewy now. Chewy's come back in the tree. There's no way you expect that, and TRK's down for the count. Aspect ratio a concern perhaps, or maybe just a little bit of natural camouflage coming through from Chewy.
Yeah, I thought TRK saw him, honestly. Could have been aspect ratio, or maybe, like you said, camouflage there. But TRK cannot clutch it out, and Snake's Den do manage to turn around that looked like they would go down in. But just a quick push in towards the B site. An opening frag there for themselves, and there you go. Fourth round found. And at least some life shown from Snake's Den, but there's plenty of cash here for TeamOne to buy right back into the round. 40 on SSN, the off promise, flashbang throw it, misses the shot, and now he's going to get flashed himself. We'll see if TeamOne decides to go aggressive again. Pesa, no stranger to going on that half wall, and yeah, promise could go down, but a smoke save.
Flashbang should be good, just too tight an angle to play that way. Pesa needs to try and get out of this. Dumping the Molotov to try and get away. There's no way. The best they could do is hope for the trade, and while so much damage is done, Pace's Molotov actually ticked one down, but Chewy manages to bring that back. It's madness. It's chaos. It's pandemonium here, John.
Yeah.
And now they've got a chance. The bomb still needs to be retrieved and brought over. I may allow Maluk time to get in. Does he expect the player above the smoke? Because right now, Chewy, I believe, has the angle.
And they have another smoke.
We've got nades. Oh, no damaging nades. There's Molotovs, but there's no HEs. Otherwise, this would be a tough spot to be in. Molotovs way too late to deal with EJF. It's going to be the retake. Both from spawn. From the same angle. Chewy. Got the op. Fogged and spawn, all that. Good Molotov into new box. Is anyone watching? Yes, they are. Good kill. One more shot. All it's going to take on Chewy. He misses his first. Won't get too many more opportunities. Now he's got to take the initiative, but great shot. Still can't deny the defuse. And another one snuck right under the nose of Snake's den.
Well, Chewy gets the ace. Losing effort, but still. All 5 frags going his way, and TeamOne, like you mentioned, under the noses of Snake's den. They managed to pull off a 10th. Double digits now, and the way this one started out, didn't think it would end up this way at the halfway mark. But yeah, Snake's den had a 3-1 lead, and TeamOne since that point on a 9-1 run, looking to make it a 10-1 run with an 11th round here. Snake's den will at least be able to bring the full might of the T side to bear here with 4 AKs and the AWP. Chewy sees that smoke bloom right in front of his face and no banana control at all for the Snake's Den. One thing that TeamOne has kind of shied away from, Mike, is taking that aggressive posturing down banana. They've still been pretty conservative, even though they've had a lot of control in the early rounds. Hasn't really made a difference, of course, but yeah.
It is interesting, yeah. They dump a ton of utility, but they don't. A lot of teams just take the space off the back of the utility. They haven't felt the need to do it. What they want to do is they want to just leave that one player here.
Yeah.
This time it's Maul. It's always tricky if you're going to isolate a player. Molotov, at least to slow this down. A 1-for-1 there on the arch. Swift punishment from the position, but it's taken the off out of play, and Maluk has been solid so far this half. That's a heavy hitting gun out of play. Malbs. Backing away. I've dropped nades before. Does he have anything? He's going to new box, so I don't think so.
No.
Really need some support. IDK's the first rotator. He doesn't have any nades to bail him out either. I mean, at this point, all they got is TRK with a flash and a nade. An HE, so this is going to be potentially quite rough. 20 seconds on the clock, not a lot of time. Malbs just kills a couple. Could be over. He's got one. There's the swing back in. Who needs flashes if you're just going to dry peek? And now it's all in a one-man. Pat should know where Malbs is. He does indeed, but knowing and killing is a very different thing. When malbsMd's on the server against you, a flashbang comes in just at the right time. And while Pat will win the sidearm duel, the op will come out on top. 11-4 at the half. We're back. 11-4 half. Some promise early on, quickly extinguished. But we'll see if this snake has another turn. Right now, it's a hit straight in towards B. They've got the numbers here. It's not a bad setup for the CT side. But the Unlucky upstarts, well, they're getting wrecked. Pow, two back. Okay, over the coffins. Oh, they've completely overlooked logs. Maluk's got one, and the second as well. Goodbye, good night, good luck. It's going to take an ace from Pat.
Oh, Pat. Left by his lonesome, and IDK shuts the door. 12-4 for TeamOne. Ah, man, they were just so eager to get into that B site. Completely overlooked logs, and Maluk just feasted on those two frags that were available to him. And TeamOne 4 rounds away, 4-round victories away, I should say, from sending us to map number 2, which is their map pick of Overpass. And man, that has looked fantastic for them over the last 3 months. Snake's Den, gonna gamble stack the B site. They've only got USPs here, nothing else on a full-on save.
This is kind of the, is this the Fnatic angle? It is the Fnatic angle.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Full USPs. Run. Run. They know. Everybody knows. This has gotten very popular. Pesa will get two. Mob is low. This is not a great fight to take. He's going to do all right with it. But Chewy's now just going to try and get one gun away. Maybe? No? Opposite stick
Still
on the
didn't get it
USP. That's an interesting choice. Taking the other player close at hand. Now unarmored. 29 points of health.
He's done.
But they are circling the wagons. And he's actually just trying to jump right. Goes back for it.
Okay.
What? Huh?
Nah.
Huh? Either way, they do manage to upgrade the one UMP, and it's all good for TeamOne.
Yeah, they're fine. Interesting decision there from Chewy, but either way, TeamOne going to take their 13th, and they'll continue to bring those rifles forward. It's going to be 3 AKs, in fact, and 2 Galils. Full utility, aside from IDK, is missing one piece, but that's not going to be too big of a deal. Over on the Snake's Den side, it will be their first buy-up of this half. As it stands, TeamOne have just controlled this one since round number 5. Reason tosses the nade on forward down mid. Pesa is the recipient of it, but he's not too worse for the wear. In fact, pretty much even in terms of HP, with a little bit of damage being dealt to Reason on the other end as well. Lots of time left for TeamOne to work with, but it looks like for the time being, Snake's Den have garnered control here of Banana.
Worry, Reason. Run. An opener. Not traded either. Taking a Molotov. IDK gives some information over, I think. Both Reason and yeah, should have been close enough to hear that. Swing back in for Reason. All right, kill given back. The Reason taketh. The Reason giveth away. That swing. Well, it was without reason.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a groaner. Pat gonna be smoked off. Might want to reposition, but right now we'll just opt to get close. Is he gonna go through? Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Right now, just playing for a jump in. Through. Big kill on. There's the check. Pat got one. Looking for more. Oh. He's got it as well. All on IDK now. He was meant to play the post in the mini pit. Now he's got to dump a moto smoke, which that's
not the best.
That's some kind of moto smoke right there. 20 seconds. You can't. He wants to make sure he's not about to get flanked. Can't spend too much time on this. There it is. So bomb will go to dirt. That can't be denied. They don't have the utility for it. They're giving him so much respect. The smoke gets thrown to give them a little bit of space. IDK, knowing his predilections, he wants to fight around the edge of this. Flashbang ineffective. His vision's cleared. And here's the moment. Time everything, but Chewy just runs it down. All right, W hold, no fear. And considering they needed a full 10-second defuse, maybe they needed to get that pacey play, but that is at least going to be a 5th round found here.
That's actually pretty well played, I would say, by Snakesden in the 2v1. Smoke toss forward. They got both players taking their time, going for that push around either side of it, and pincering IDK into a bit of a corner. Chewy had to go a bit aggressive, like you said, and he just charged on forward and caught him off guard because the smoke gave them that luxury of garnering that space and pushing up into his face. So, Snakesden showing some signs of life, and Pat was very important there. He was also kind of blocked off behind that smoke at Arch side, and it resulted in the death of one of his teammates, but he recovered so well for that 2K to bring things back in a big way. So TeamOne reeling a little bit. So they still got a sizable lead here, and of course they're going to force up as a result. 2 AKs, a Galil, a Tech, and a Mech.
Honestly surprised to see them not just rip an immediate 5-man rush into B.
Not going full disrespect here, Mike.
That's not disrespect. It's just a tempo change, right? You've been playing slow, methodical play. This is where you go, we had stuff in the last one. Rush B? Rush B. Rush B. What I'm saying is I'm not, and you should not listen to me. Power 2 has been impressive. Big kill from Promise the second.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, they stay clean. They keep the ledger clear. What a round with a hold from Snakesden.
Man, when they're winning rounds, they look really convincing, don't they? That was a solid hold on the A site. The crossfire, fantastic. TeamOne didn't really have the util to isolate the players, and well, Snakesden capitalized on that in a very big way. And now TeamOne, having forced up in the previous round, they don't got the money. So it's only going to be a P250, a flashbang, and that's pretty much it. That's all they're bringing into this round. Reason, going to toss a nade on forward, and that will do a decent chunk of damage. TeamOne, if ever there was a time to try and overload it, would be now. He tries to do that, but isn't successful. That's an IDK over around that corner at mid, gets DJF with only a block, but it's SDG to calm things down, Mike.
That's a nice kill from TRK, though. It's going to add some interesting things going in here. Ooh, cool. Chewy. All right, all into TRK now. He's got a player isolated here on A. Doesn't know that, of course. No idea where Pat's playing from right now. Pat is holding very passively in case he slipped through spawn. All right, hear me out. He drops in a mini pit, making no noise while doing so. And never mind, Reason's watching for it. I think he may have made a tick of noise as he came out the apartments. Either way, Reason checks it. All good. No problem. No scenarios need to spiral out of control.
Yeah, I think if Reason doesn't check that, then your scenario, which is TRK dropping down silently, getting the opening frag, bomb plant won't be too clutch. Possible, but Reason was on his toes. 7th round picked up by Snakesden. TeamOne, of course, didn't bring much into that one. They made it interesting, at the very least, with the pistols, but that's as far as it got. Now they got the AKs up and running across the board, and they are going to go for a 3-man push. It seems up banana, and there's 3 waiting on the other side for Snakesden, but the flashes are better here for TeamOne, and malbs gets a 2K.
Here's where it comes off the rails. Pat needs to go ham here. He spins good. He spin great. Only one, though. Might not be enough. TRK goes to the up. Ooh, and he will immediately get some response out of that AWP. It was actually IDK on it. Why not? Thought it was a low HP player. No, of course not. Can't have logic here. DGF's just going to have to save. They'll have a fine buy provided he can keep this gun up into the next. But, of course, the reality is that Ripper, that pacey around over towards B. I'm just saying I called it. That immediately gets TeamOne up to 14 rounds.
Yeah. Mike the IGL.
Maybe I am an IGL.
Yeah.
My coaching career. You're ready to get going.
Someone's going to hire you soon, Mike.
No.
Rush B.
Dude, coaching is the most thankless job.
It really is.
Coaches, give a thought to your coach. Spare a thought for your favorite coach right now. Because I guarantee right now, Daps is getting some awkward questions. And it's not his fault.
No. Oh, it's so tough. So tough for Liquid. Why you got to remind me, Mike?
Because I'm sad, John. I'm sad. And misery loves company.
Well,
that Spirit roster is dang impressive. You do have to give it to him. You do have to hand it to him.
Yeah.
They continue to be. In that last iteration of the team, I lost a lot of faith in what they were doing and what Chopper was doing as an IGL, and apparently it wasn't the problem. Just need to reload, a refresh.
Here's my problem.
Okay.
With that, they beat Bad News Eagles, Sprout, and Liquid. I think Liquid was their toughest matchup, but I don't know if they had the most difficult path to playoffs. So yeah,
I'd agree with you more if they hadn't just done it in the last major as well.
Yeah,
I think that inspires some
faith.
This wonderful cat, their new kid, he looks pretty dang snappy.
There's no question. There's some impressive pieces there on that roster, but I don't know if I'm as excited for them into the playoffs as others might be.
Well, enough about our pick'ems.
Yes.
Ain't no one getting diamond. If you're Launders right now and you still somehow have the possibility of diamond coin, just I don't know how you do that one. Man can see the future. Either way,
not many people did.
No, it's a minuscule number are going to have this diamond coin. Yep. Impossible. I think I'm still bronze. I don't even know. I think you get silver just by default of picking like all of the stages.
No, I think you have to get silver.
Do I? All right, well, that's good to know. Pat's going to get 2, so give him the silver. Oh, doesn't expect the second player, second oranges, but there it is. Malou trying to zero this in, will eventually get the kill, but this is a bit of a problem. IDK was meant to be the flank. Instead, he's going to take the site, and Maluk says, I am out of here. Thank you very much. I'm gone. There's a bit of risk here on the cross. A player could come back around towards Arch, but Maluk's going to beat them on the foot race. Snake's Den so concerned, so convinced that it is in fact the Behold that they've been outbrained. DJF going to realize it. Perhaps a bit late. Starts to rotate back, but that bomb's down, and now it's taken away, and this becomes a much tougher prospect. They do have a kit on DJF. They're making some footy steps back here, and I think IDK may have heard that. Smoke drop. Maluk on the angle. Oh, that's a bad miss. They're going to try and chase this down. He gets away. Buys time at the very least. IDK's committing into the fight
I like this.
Here.
I like this.
Oh, it works out beautifully. Playing with the smoke. He's just won this round. There's not even enough time. There's not enough time for Reason, and he knows it. He's just trying to back away. Maybe get this kill on Maluk, but it doesn't much matter. Maluk wants to keep him here, wants to keep him dead, and do exactly that. Map point found for TeamOne.
Oh, it's just a phenomenal play by IDK, right? Given the fact that he was isolated on the site, decides to go for a risky maneuver, push up towards the smoke and try to slip through, and he just finds that gap where no one else is really pushing up in his direction. So they don't have any idea that he's gotten into that smoke, and then afterwards he's on the flank, gets an easy 2K, and that is pretty much the round. Meanwhile, Maluk is just having one player chase him all around the map, and in the end gets the frag. 15-7 for TeamOne. They've got 8 opportunities to close this one out, and it looks like it's heading in their direction, given the buy for Snakes then is extremely limited here.
Catching people with their pants down solo. I'd say he should push for it. I figured he'd go for a little bit of a poke and prod, but no, there's 3 players there, so perhaps why is it that he does not? Instead, it's pressure onto the B site. Just an MP9 and a FAMA to try and hold us at bay. They've got a single flashbang remaining, so the flashbang's going to go over, maybe to set up the MP9. Yeah, Pat's just positioned for that, but frankly, Chewy might be dead before he gets it. Oh, all right, good kill for Chewy. Flashbang over, but now they're going to chase it in. They know these players are back by oranges. At least one of them. Positioning the second. The first. Good damage done. Chewy is finding so much out of this. It's going to be an advantage in the post plant. They can't deny this bomb going down. It's another 2v3. This is basically a repeat of the scenario, except they committed in towards B. And it's TRK and Maluk this time instead of Maluk and IDK.
Snakes Den. Trying to find their way back into the site. They only have a couple of Deagles and a FAMAS, right? DJF's going to go up. He's get dropped by Maluk. Maluk gets a 2K, and it's all up to Reason here. He'll get killed as well. Maluk, the 3-piece, and that will cap things off as we head to a break.